Welcome, everyone. I'm so glad you could join me and the team at Girl Guides of Canada to explore a little inner space together. You may be coming here from outside of Canada, from one of our coasts, or somewhere in the middle like me. And for a few minutes tonight, it will be as if we're all together. Feel free to pop where you're coming from into the comments section to help us build that sense of connection. My name is Ashley. I'm a Pathfinder Ranger Guider and a Learning and Development Coordinator at Girl Guides. I'll be your narrator for this evening. Before we get started, take a moment to get comfortable. You may want to stand or sit or even lie down, whatever feels good for your body. Shortly, I'm going to switch off my camera, but I'll be here with you throughout. If you focus better having something to look at, enjoy the images as we go along. If you focus better when you're just listening or with your eyes closed, you can do that instead, and I'll see you at the end. Are you ready to get started? Roll or drop your shoulders and lift your heart up gently towards the moon. If you're lucky, you may even be able to catch a glimpse of the moon as it enters its waning crescent phase from where you are tonight. As the moon wanes, it appears to slowly disappear into nothingness. It's one of the many things in this world whose presence you can feel even when it's hidden from your eye. The consistency of the waning and waxing of the moon can give you comfort when there is so little that is predictable in this life. The new moon reminds you to take time to refresh and restore yourself. It reminds you to do what you need to do that's just for you. If the moon doesn't have to shine all the time, then you don't have to either. The story of the moon's journey around the earth is one of the many stories the universe tells us, so we remember that we are part of something so much bigger. It reminds us of the ebb and flow we experience in our lives. When you lift your heart to the sky, it makes it easier for your body to focus on the movement of your breath. You may even find it easier to breathe more fully when your chest is open. Take a deep breath that feels natural to your body. Feel the air come into your body and travel down your throat and into your lungs. Feel your chest rise and fall with your breath. If you haven't done so already, on the next in-breath, you can close your eyes or soften your gaze. You may find it helpful to have your feet touching the ground during your reflection tonight. It may give you a sense of stability that might not be present in all of the aspects of your life. As you ground your feet, try to straighten your back. You can imagine that you are aligned with the North Star if that helps. If you find your shoulders creeping up to your ears, try to soften them and let them relax down into your body. Hold the North Star in your mind for a moment. Throughout this inner space reflection, you'll have a chance to think about the stories and moments in your life that have had a lasting impact. Start this exploration with the North Star. There are so many stories about this star, and it has so many different names. Some of these stories you've grown up hearing, and there might be some you have never heard before. Take a moment to think about the stories you've been taught about the stars. Which ones do you hold close to your heart? How does that make you feel to think about the person or people or authors who taught you these stories? Breathe in and greet the stars as you stretch yourself a little taller. Bring your attention back to your feet and the ground beneath them. If it's comfortable, press or clench your toes to create a little pressure. Take a deep breath in and hold them firm. As you release your breath, allow your feet to relax, almost like they're melting. The ground beneath you is another constant in life. Our planet is supporting you and is along for whatever ride you might be taking. Take a moment to show gratitude for the earth, for its constancy and relationship with the stars and moon. In addition to the land itself, take a moment to give gratitude to the Indigenous people who have come before you and walk with you today. Bring to your mind the care they show this world and take a moment to think of how you can continue this legacy today. Take a deep breath in and hold the history of this place in your heart. It is important to hold this with us so we can do right in the days to come. On your out-breath, feel the air from your lungs release and leave space to hold continued kindness and love. Imagine you are standing somewhere calm and comfortable where you can see the horizon. The sun has just slipped out of view and the sky is alight with pastel colors. Do you see oranges and reds or purples and blues? What colors bring you the greatest sense of calm and comfort when you watch the sky at sunset? Take a moment to breathe in a sense of calm. Stories about the skies are not limited to the stars and moon. There is an adage of red skies at night, sailors delight. Red skies in the morning, sailors take warning. This was used to predict whether the seas would be calm or whether sailors needed to prepare for a storm. The wisdom contained in this little couplet celebrates our ancestors' understanding of the skies above them. When storms blow in, they usually travel from west to east. The sun rises in the east and sets in the west, so when they see a red sky at sunset, it told them they had less to worry about the next day. They may not have known that red skies are caused by dust particles in the air distorting the light waves, or that those particles indicate high pressure and stable air. But maybe they did and I'm not giving them enough credit. Hopefully, the sunset you are imagining or seeing tonight has peaks of red to reassure you of a calmer day ahead of you. As the sun sets in your imagination and the horizon in your mind fades to black, give yourself a few moments to adapt to the change. You may not always be able to take time to adapt before or during a change in your life, but right now you can. Take in the darkness in your mind's eye. You may add stars or bring back that waning crescent moon to the darkness. Take a deep breath in, adjust your chest or shoulders if they've tightened or crept up, and let it out slowly and deliberately. The darkness is often a place where we tell scary stories to spook each other for the last adrenaline rush of the day. It's also a time when we might not feel the safest. Right now, in your mind, here together, you are safe. If your thoughts try to tell you a different story, acknowledge that the thought is there, but imagine it winking out like the twinkle of a star. Take a deep breath in this moment and say in your mind, I am safe. Let it out slowly and draw to mind the magic of the night. So often, magicians rely on stars to create mystical and mysterious costumes and props, reminding you that there's something wondrous about the night. Take a moment to cast a spell in your mind, to find a memory where you too found wondrousness in the night sky. Personally, I'm taken back to a moment when I was 17. I was a camp counselor supervising an overnight sleepover in a conservation area that I had spent many of my childhood days exploring. I was on 3 a.m. tent duty and was lying on a picnic table with a dear friend. As he and I whispered about our future selves, a shooting star dashed across the sky. It was a moment of pure bliss and excitement, a moment that my 37-year-old self looks back on and is grateful for. Grateful to have been in that beautiful place. Grateful to have shared it with such a wonderful friend. Grateful for a job that matched my personality so well. Grateful for the trust that all our campers had that we would keep them safe that night. In that moment, there was no fear, just wonder and awe. Breathe in the wonder, the gratitude and awe. Breathe out and leave space for new moments that are yet to come. As you breathe, take a moment to remind yourself that you are a moment maker. The time that you have given to those around you is a gift. They may not always recognize it, but it's a gift you give nonetheless. There are so many people in your life that are lucky to have your time, energy, attention, and imagination. It may not always be easy, but you have given so much. I see you. In this moment, try to step outside yourself and really acknowledge all that you have contributed to the lives of those around you. Take a deep breath in, returning your attention to your body and your heart and the care you deserve as much as those around you. This moment is about you, celebrating all the stories you have lived that brought you here today. When you're ready, take in one final breath and open your eyes.
Welcome back, friends. It's been lovely spending this time together with you. Thank you for being part of this moment and for all the moments you'll be part of in the future. If you have any of your own stories to share, you can leave them in the comments. I'd love to hear them, and I'm sure that the others here would enjoy them as well. Thank you on behalf of all the little and not so little people you impact, the adults who benefit from your friendship and care. May your inner space feel a little lighter tonight. Good night and take care.